right, so we're back with another deep dive. And this one's really interesting. We're going through a match report today, and it's a pretty crazy one. It's about Manchester City, the reigning champs of the UEFA Champions League. And they were in a game where they were almost knocked out in the group stage.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
That's crazy. It's hard to imagine them even struggling in the group stage.
Exactly. And that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. We're going to uncover all sorts of crazy moments from this match and some real unexpected twists and turns and really see, how much pressure a team like Man City is under.
I mean, you'd think with how dominant they've been recently that they'd just kind of waltz through the group stage.
Right. You'd think so.
But this match really shows that even the best teams can have those days where things just don't click.
Yeah, and for people who aren't super familiar with the Champions League format, you have to understand that just getting out of the group stage is huge. I mean, that's the first hurdle. And for a team like City, they're expected to not only get out of the group stage, but, make a D run.
Exactly. Anything less than a semifinal appearance is probably seen as a disappointment for them.
Pretty much. So to see them, almost getting knocked out in the group stage,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's pretty wild. And the way it all happened, it just adds to the whole story. You had Brugge, who on paper shouldn't have been that much of a threat, right? But they came out strong and really created some chances early on. Do you remember that chance Solis had early in the match?
Oh, yeah. He had that wide open shot right in front of the goal.
Yeah. If he had buried that one, it could have been a completely different game.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then, as City kind of started to settle in a bit, they had that goal from Gundogan, disallowed for offside.
Ugh, I hate those.
Oh, it's the worst, right? Where there's just a hair offside.
It's just barely.
And you could see it was getting to him. The pressure was mounting. And even Pep Guardiola, he's usually so calm.
Right. He always seems in control.
Totally. But you could see even he was getting frustrated.
I bet. And then on top of all that, Brugge actually scored right before halftime.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Onyedika found himself wide open at the back post.
Classic defensive lapse.
Yeah. And he just slotted it home. I can only imagine what the atmosphere was like in the stadium at that point.
Oh, I bet it was tense. So going into halftime, City were down a goal and really had a mountain to climb.
That's a tough spot to be in, especially for a team like City who are expected to win pretty much every game.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it really became a test of their character. Could they bounce back from this?
Could they handle the pressure?
Exactly. Well, to their credit, they came out swinging in the second half.
They didn't let that first half get to them.
Nope. Not long after the restart, Kovačić just takes over the game.
Yeah.
Weaves through a couple of defenders.
Straights his own shot.
And curls one right into the corner.
Beautiful goal.
Absolutely. And such a crucial goal, too. I mean, it really gave them that lifeline they needed.
Oh, for sure. And then they got a bit lucky with the own goal from Ordóñez off the Gvardiol cross.
I mean, it was an own goal, but you can't discount the pressure City was putting on.
Right. They forced that error. They didn't give up, and it paid off.
Right. And then those final few minutes.
Oh, my God.
Pure chaos.
Back and forth.
Holland had that one-on-one with the keeper and missed. Can you imagine the pressure he must have been feeling?
I can't even imagine. And then Savinho has his shot cleared off the line.
Oh, yeah. Almost had it.
So close.
Yeah.
But then just moments later, he gets his redemption and scores.
Talk about a roller coaster of emotions.
Seriously. You go from despair to elation in the span of a few minutes.
Exactly. And the way the last few minutes played out was interesting, too. City were clearly relieved and just kind of kept possession.
Catching their breath.
Yeah, exactly. And Brugge, on the other hand, they just seem to accept their fate.
They knew it was over.
It's got to be a tough feeling, that what if.
Definitely. So, yeah, Man City escaped elimination, but their performance raises some interesting questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Did this close call expose any weaknesses in their game, or was it just one of those off days?
I mean, they showed that they could be resilient.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But their attack wasn't as fluid as we're used to seeing.
Right. It'll be interesting to see how this experience affects them going forward.
Maybe it was a wake-up call. Or maybe it was just a blip on the radar.
Exactly. Time will tell.
Well, I think that about wraps up this deep dive into Man City's Champions League thriller.
Definitely a match for the ages.
So what do you think? Is this a sign of things to come for City? Or was it just a fluke?
Well, I think that's something for our listeners to ponder. It just goes to show that in football, just like in life, you need that resilience.
That grit.
And sometimes you need a little bit of luck, too.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And remember, even when things look tough, you can always turn it around.
Never give up.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.